Hi guys, I'm Honeymoth Tarot and today I'm going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading. So specifically this one will be for the April full moon in Libra. Should be happening around the 12th, 13th, kind of depends where you are in the world. But yeah, as usual we have 3 piles, all of which the timestamps will be in the comment section below. So we have pile 1 with Celestite. Pile 2 with Botswana Agate. And then pile 3 with Mica. So feel free to pause the video, kind of meditate on which card or which crystal or both you feel drawn to, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Hi pile 1, so you guys chose Celestite, which is really good for clairvoyance, kind of contacting the spiritual realm, angels, dream recollection, and then it's also a very calming energy. So I'm just going to pop that up there, and then so we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is like a very kind of expansive sort of energy. So you may be exploring different options, different hobbies, possibly traveling as well. I'll pop this over here. So before I could even kind of announce that I was going to start the reading, I was shuffling and the Ace of Pentacles popped out, which is a really lovely kind of energy. This is a new start, possibly a new job, possibly coming into some sort of financial gain. But we'll see what else pops out. But yeah, so far I kind of feel like a sort of buzz, kind of excitement with this reading, for whatever reason. We have the 3 of Wands. Kind of being patient and waiting to see whatever comes of this new opportunity. Or perhaps kind of assessing what to do with this new opportunity. And we have the 10 of Swords, which is a very kind of, it's usually quite a painful ending. So I feel like perhaps with this new opportunity there is an ending of some sort, possibly if it is a new job. Therefore it ends up being the ending of an old job. Bear with me. Okay, so what else for pile 1 for the full moon in Libra? have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. It's a very passionate, driven energy. It's quite Sagittarian, to be fair. Kind of going after whatever feels interesting to you. And we have the Ace of Swords. So you have two aces, so there's definitely like some sort of new beginning for you. Something that is true and just is what I'm hearing. I do want to say though, and I don't want it to sound negative, but with this Ten of Swords, I was kind of getting an energy of being reluctant to take this new opportunity or to explore different things for fear of the unknown or for fear that it won't work out. But I'm kind of getting that there needs to be, not like a sense of urgency, but I feel like you guys might need to act quickly on this opportunity, because I keep getting the phrase, I keep getting the phrase piss or get off the pot. So, I don't know, I'm getting this like now or never kind of energy. And that like if you don't act on this opportunity like relatively quickly, of course like think about it, but if you don't act on it quickly, that it's not going to be around forever, is the kind of thing that I'm getting. And we got the Nine of Wands. So I'm getting with these like fighting for what you believe in. So I feel like maybe you're thinking about like exploring like maybe you're thinking about like investing in a cause, or like an organization or like a charity or something that really kind of aligns with you and aligns with your values. So there's something about like fighting or standing up for what you believe in. And maybe taking more of like an action driven sort of approach with that, of like volunteering or like working for this cause or like protesting, that sort of thing. But yeah, I feel like with the Ace of Swords, there is definitely something about like focusing on whatever rings true to you. So we have the Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. Which is cool that that came out, right? Bear with me because I did kind of get more cards than I'd intended, but we are going to take them. We have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, and then the Star, which is Aquarius energy. And then the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I do really feel like you guys might be like protesting or kind of like giving some sort of speech for like a cause that you're really passionate about, because I'm getting like this very like fiery, determined energy. And like not anger in kind of like a negative or like a violent way, but anger in more of a like a sense of injustice. And so you want change. And we have the Chariot. Strength of will, determination. Yeah, I get the sense that whatever this cause is, whatever it is that you're fighting for, like, you won't stop until you see results. And I feel like you are going to see results here with the Star, because this is all about like keeping faith, wish fulfillment. And I don't know why, but I'm getting this like this thing of like harnessing energy with the Temperance card. So I feel like harnessing energy would be perhaps saving this passion and this need for fight for the right time, so that you don't get burnt out. And also finding like-minded people, or like a like-minded kind of organization that can help kind of push things further. I also do kind of feel like you guys might be traveling as well, which I did say with the Sagittarius energy, but I'm kind of saying that again because we have a Knight here, which can often indicate travel. We have the Chariot, which could also be travel, specifically like a car. But yeah, this is definitely a time of movement and action, but purposeful action, rather than just kind of like out of impulse. It's really specific. Not sure how many of you that's going to resonate for, but regardless, I feel like somebody will use this message in one way or another. I'm going to get an oracle card from the Divine Guidance deck, just to see if I can get anything else. See, these bits here are kind of reminding me of like a conch shell, like a seashell. And those to me are kind of, they remind me of messages, right? Because I feel like when you were a kid, you would kind of listen inside the seashell and hear the sea. So there's something about like a message or speech communication throughout this read. Like passionate, purposeful communication. And then at the bottom we do have the gratitude card. So I feel as though if you are kind of focusing on some sort of injustice or some sort of like cause, there may kind of be like, you know, like a lot of analysing like the root cause and kind of negatively looking at it, right? Because if we think about like injustice, it's often like the mistreatment or, you know, like that sort of thing. So I would say, like, even though you are fighting for this and you are like really passionate about it, I would also try and be grateful for whatever this new opportunity is. Alright, Pile 1. Thank you for watching and I will see you very soon. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. So you guys chose Botswana Agate, which is really good for transformation, kind of coming up with solutions rather than dwelling on problems. And it's really good if you want to kind of quit smoking as well. So you guys got the expect powerful change. So yeah, I do feel as though like with this full moon there is definitely going to be, I'm getting the word alteration for whatever reason. So we'll get into the reading and see what that's about. So it came up pretty quick. 4 of Wands. Feeling a very determined, driven kind of energy. Now, I'm also seeing as well, like, I'm not sure whether my camera will pick it up, but this is kind of like motif, I guess, on the bow of the arrow. And it kind of reminds me of like beetles. And I feel like beetles, like they're it's not really a shell, but their body is kind of built to protect them. So there is this kind of like determination to the point where even if there is like failure or you don't necessarily like succeed on the first time, there is kind of like a renewal of this energy, like a tenacity to keep going. We have heaven and earth. Possibly becoming like more spiritual, or there's kind of like a new sense of self, like from this transformation and this like not giving up energy. There is like a new a new version of you that's being created. Okay, so what else for pile 2? Six of Swords. I feel like you're going towards whatever feels right within your heart, like within your soul. Possibly like following your divine purpose. And it may be to do with communication, speech, talking to others, just because we have kind of like the caduceus here. And I'm also like really drawn towards this like dark half of the image. So I feel as though you're either dropping baggage of whatever kind of self-doubts that you wouldn't be able to achieve what you're now striving to achieve, or there's something about like perhaps being a little bit too driven. And I'm not saying like, I don't want to necessarily say that that is a bad thing, but I feel like when our personal lives, our friendships, romantic relationships start to become affected by our ambitions, or how much kind of hard work and time that we're putting into something, that's when it can become sort of like a problem. But obviously use your own discernment. So we did get the Seneschal, the Seneschal. Honestly, I need to kind of look at how to pronounce this card, because this card comes out like quite a bit sometimes and I never know how to pronounce it. But essentially this is about like record keeping, written information. So maybe that's where that communication element kind of comes in. Might be like writing a book, or I'm getting the word monologue as well. And also keeping track of your successes, I think. Because I think when we're so kind of fixated on a particular outcome, we can kind of get tunnel vision. And sometimes we don't see just how far that we've come. Or we're kind of focusing on what hasn't happened yet, or what we haven't done, rather than what we have done and how much we have achieved. And then we have the emotions card. So I feel like you guys might be a little bit burnt out, or on the verge of burnout, because of how hard you've been working. So I would say, as like much you have achieved, to also kind of be mindful of, you know, the fact that you are human and you can only do so much. And I am also getting this air of kind of never feeling good enough. And so maybe you compensate for that by working extra hard. But I just want to say that regardless of how much work you do, whether you prove yourself useful or not, you are good enough. And I do also feel like with the Heaven and Earth card, there is something about like your body as well, like possibly physical exhaustion. So, you know, just be wary about that. I also kind of get this air of like earning some sort of certificate or qualification, possibly like a doctorate. Okay. We have the King of Fire. Definitely that determination energy, right? And then at the Nine of Swords. So yeah, I feel as though this is you kind of like coming to terms with the fact that you can only do so much. And that, you know, obviously it's a good quality to have, to work like super hard and be determined to get what you want. But I also feel like this air of confidence and empowerment in knowing that you are good enough as you are. And then balancing that with the determination and the hard work. Which I feel like overall that is going to give you like better results, right? Because you're going to allow yourself to actually rest and have like downtime. Then we have the Nine of Swords. The end of that kind of anxiety of never being good enough. And then it's interesting because we do kind of have this like bird costume at the start. And then there's like this bird on the face. So birds may be significant for you at this time, or like feathers. And those are also symbolic of communication, messages. But I feel like for the bird to kind of have the eye of this being, there's something about like, now that you've reached this point of confidence and empowerment and knowing that you are good enough, there's like this new level of like precision or like eye for detail. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get you guys an oracle card from the Divine Guidance deck, just to see whatever kind of intuitive messages that I can get. But I do feel like this is a pretty kind of powerful read, because I do feel like there is like this natural passion that's inside of you that's definitely being like put to use. I just think there needs to be like a little bit of work on self-worth and compassion. Thank you. So in this popped out, I did get the word disjointed. So yeah, perhaps there is something about like your relationship with success and hard work that kind of needs addressing. But I am also going to read the actual passage from the guidebook. So we have resolution. Life is like a puzzle and we put the pieces together in a new way that fits for us. Until now, your puzzle hasn't seemed to fit together in a way that has made sense. What seems out of harmony will soon begin to feel balanced. Even though some things feel like they just won't work, shifts and adjustments are happening now. You will find that things will start to fall into place and that everything will fit together imperfectly in your life. So yeah, I feel like maybe there is like a bit of frustration as to why things aren't working out for you, but I feel like the more that you're able to be patient with yourself, take downtime, look after your mental health, look after your body, in between working hard, you know, kind of finding that balance between the two, I think there's going to be a lot of success for you. All right, pile 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you guys chose mica, which is a really good protective stone, and it's also good for emotional balance. And then we got the card, bring love into the situation. So I feel as though there's going to be like an emphasis on love, not necessarily romantic love, and beauty, because we do have the full moon in Libra, and Libra often does rule romantic relationships and beauty, because it is ruled by Venus. So I feel like you may be like decorating or like beautifying yourself, you know, giving yourself like a makeover, that kind of thing. But yeah, I will get into the reading. Okay, so what does pile 3 need to know for the full moon in Libra? So we have the 8 of Pentacles. But I do feel as though this being is like very decorated. There's a lot of like ornate kind of designs. So yeah, I do feel, as I said, like some sort of like makeover, or like making yourself or something around you look pleasing. And I am getting like an air of gratitude as well with this card. So I feel like maybe you are realizing how beautiful you are, or you're being called to realize how beautiful you are. We have the Ace of Wands. Creativity, passion. I'm also getting the word intricacies as well. like realizing what makes you unique. But there is like an artistic sort of creative element to this, which is possibly where I'm getting that whole kind of like beautifying something. Painting like a memorial, what I'm getting. Or just like focusing on kind of whatever artistic craft. So you guys got the Death and Rebirth card. Also the number 8, so the number 8 may be significant for you. We do also have like an infinity on this spider, which can be also seen as the number 8, so that's really interesting. Might be worth looking into the kind of spiritual significance of the number 8. We have this egg here and another egg. Eggs are usually new starts, new beginnings, potential. So yeah, I feel like through whatever it is that you're kind of decorating or creating, I think it's gonna like make you realize how much potential that's been kind of lying dormant and that you're now sort of exploring. And I'm also kind of getting that spirit, the universe, wants you to be more confident in your abilities. Because you're very skilled, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So keep shuffling. We also have the Body Mind card. With this, I'm kind of getting that there needs to be like a self-belief. Like maybe you're like a very humble person, you kind of don't realize how skilled you are, how creative you are, how unique you are. So I think there needs to be some sort of work on self-confidence and belief in your abilities. And then also kind of realizing that whatever you set your mind to, it's fully possible. that you're more capable than you realise. We have the Counsellor. So perhaps you have like a mentor around you, or like a teacher that is helping you kind of progress with these skills. But I also feel like they're going to help you emotionally too, and help to kind of develop your self-belief. But I do get this very kind of like gentle healing energy. So I feel like whatever it is that you're working on, creating, decorating, I think it's going to be like really healing for you as well. We did get the 10 of Cups. Feeling emotionally fulfilled. And renewed as well, for it to come in line with the Death and Rebirth card. There is like, once you're able to kind of become more confident in your abilities and achieve that kind of sense of self-belief, there's like a happiness here. Because I feel like you've spent years kind of honing your skills. And now you're kind of seeing like results. And I am kind of getting this like weaving kind of energy. So you may work with textiles. But I feel like you're weaving your own reality, right? Of being able to create something. I'm going to get one last card for the spread. We have the Four of Swords. So this to me is all about patterns. So again, like something you were decorating or working with may involve like patterns, or having to kind of repeatedly do something. I also feel like it's very precise work as well. Like it has to be accurate. But I am also getting like an air of discipline with this. So I feel like it may be worth kind of coming up with some sort of schedule, or kind of taking time out to sort of perfect your craft. We're looking at like different techniques, different artists, art history, that sort of thing. You know, like the more kind of academic side rather than the practical side. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to get an oracle card from the Divine Guidance deck, just to see what kind of other intuitive messages that I get. I'm also getting as well with the counselor, maybe like an art therapist. Or you put a lot of your kind of emotions into your art. Can we get one less card for pile 3? So we've got 2 that flipped over. It's interesting because we have 3 3s. And we do also have the goddess symbol here. So yeah, it may be worth like looking at the spiritual significance for the number 3. But yeah, I know that this is the Lion Guide card. And I feel like in that respect there is kind of a need, a guidance for you to go towards taking pride in yourself and the work that you do, rather than kind of like brushing off compliments or you know, thinking that you're not good enough, being proud of like what you've achieved. And then this with its kind of like gaudy colours, it's kind of giving me this air of like uniqueness and not kind of altering that to please other people. So I feel like whatever kind of creative pursuit that you're undergoing at the moment, there may be kind of fear that you're not good enough, and so you kind of think about altering your artwork to please other people. But I don't think that that is advised. I think it's advised for you to, you know, use your uniqueness to your strengths. But I am also going to read the passages out from the guidebook. So we have number 3, which is infinite love. This card represents the infinite love that not only resides within you, but is you. The entire universe is the vibration of love energy. Spirit sees your beautiful heart and is calling you to allow this loving energy to flow fully into you and from you. It will heal your hurts and negative past experiences, helping you connect with the true immortal being of light that you are. It is your light and your love that this world needs most. It's time to let the love flow. And then number 33, which is Lion Guide. Lion Guide is here to help you awaken the sleeping lion that lies within you. Your inner lion is powerful, resourceful, and mighty. You really do hold the strength and courage to do whatever needs to be done. It is time to let the world hear you roar. Lion Guide is here to help you realise that that you do rule your inner and outer worlds, and to energetically claim your throne as the rightful ruler of your kingdom. Once you do, you will step into your role as a leader with ease. Alright, pile 3. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.